You are watching Political Roundtable with UB. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.
All right. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? This is Political Roundtable from UB and the Roof Fam. I know you are probably sleeping right now, and I just want to drop this so that when everybody wake up and you want to start your day as a Nigerian or African, you will get to see this. The news is President Trump strikes Nigeria. What next? I know many Nigerians will probably wake up this morning to learn that while everybody was celebrating Christmas yesterday in the southern part of Nigeria, the United States military, under the order of President Donald Trump, was actually striking the western part of Nigeria, specifically targeting the Boko Haram terrorists. I'm going to have to start by, first of all, read what President Donald Trump shared on Truth Social that got all this started. So it all started with this tweet from President Trump. And he says, "Tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist camp in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight, there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if there are slaughter of Christians continue. Signed, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America." So when we had this, actually I was at work. I was shocked, and I came across this about 4 hours ago. Now, it wasn't shocking to me that the American president actually gave the order that the military should attack the terrorist stronghold in Nigeria. I was no way surprised at all. If you have been watching us here on Political Roundtable, when the news about Christian genocide was trending, I made some strong submission, and I actually stated that I don't see a way out of this for Nigeria without President Trump intervention. Though we had a couple of conversations back and forth on the matter, and a couple of the discussions cover sovereignty. Many people said Nigeria is a sovereign nation and we should be able to handle our problem, our issues, all by ourselves, which of course is the right thing to say and the right thing to do. But remember, Nigeria has been dealing with this Boko Haram insurgency now for a very long time. It all started in 2009 when they hit and strike for the first time in Nigeria. Fast forward to 2025, which is about 16 years from the first strike in Nigeria. Thousands of Nigerians have died. And in the midst of these thousands of Nigerians that lost their lives were majority Christians. Later on, Muslims were also being attacked. In fact, right now, as I'm live speaking with you right now, if you visit Nigeria TV station, you will be aware of what is currently going on. There was an attack in Maiduguri yesterday. This time around, the attack was carried out by a suicide bomber in a mosque. I'm saying all of this to say, it seems the Nigerian military is weakened. For the longest, this jihadist has dominated Nigeria, especially the northern part of Nigeria. We have had several terrorist groups in the country. And through each of the presidential administrations we got in the past, none of them has been able to tame this insurgency. Within 2 years of the Tinubu administration, we have witnessed all kinds of insecurity in Nigeria. People are being kidnapped, farmers are being killed, Christians are being massacred in their numbers. And it seems Christians were helpless until a clergyman who happened to be the one with the loudest voice one day picked up his camera and made an appeal to the President of the United States. So last month, when President Donald Trump tweeted by saying, due to the insecurity in Nigeria, he hereby designed Nigeria as a country of particular interest. I knew it at that time that this is just the beginning. Later on, following his declaration of Nigeria as a country of particular interest, these jihadists went on a rampage, killing more people in Nigeria, which then forced President Trump to again come back and said, if the Nigerian government will not act swiftly, the American army will have to go to Nigeria, gun a-blazing. And again, as Nigerians, we do one thing we know how to do best, and that is to discuss. When President Trump made that announcement that he's going to send the American military to Nigeria, suddenly we now have this other narrative of it's not a genocide. Oh, it's not only Christians that are being killed, Muslims are being killed. What is the way out? nobody was rendering solution until it became apparent that the US is coming. And then President Tinubu finally, just about 2 weeks ago, changes the defense minister and appointed CG Musa. Since CG Musa stepped into the office as the Minister of Defense, we were beginning to witness some movement from the Nigerian military that seems to yield, can I say, relatively positive result, but yet not as we expected them to move. So I'm saying all of this for you to know that from the moment America declared Nigeria as a country of particular interest, I know the game is on. And now we are here. But let me quickly recap how we got here. I want you to watch this video. I want you to watch this video. This video actually shows a footage of the very moment American launched an attack on Nigerian terrorists. Watch this.
The United States carried out an airstrike against Islamic State militants in northwest Nigeria at the request of Nigeria's government. U.S. President Donald Trump and the U.S. military said on Thursday, claiming the group had been targeting Christians in the region. Tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing, primarily, innocent Christians, at levels not seen for many years, and even centuries, Trump said in a post on Truth Social. The U.S. military's Africa Command said the strike was carried out in Sokoto State at the request of the Nigerian authorities and killed multiple ISIS militants. The strike comes after Trump, starting in late October, began warning that Christianity faces an existential threat in Nigeria and threatened to militarily intervene in the West African country over what he says is its failure to stop violence targeting Christian communities. Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth followed up with a post on X, thanking the Nigerian government for its support and cooperation, and vowing more to come. A post by U.S. Africa Command on X confirmed the strikes and said they were carried out in Sokoto State in coordination with Nigerian authorities.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition.
Recent external claims suggesting systemic religious persecution in Nigeria are unfounded. The recent designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern based on speculations of religious persecution is fundamentally misinformed.
Nigeria's government rejected its designation by the United States as a, quote, country of particular concern over alleged religious freedom violations, saying the move was based on misinformation and faulty data. President Donald Trump last week put Nigeria back on a list of countries that the U.S. says have violated religious freedom. Trump said he had asked the Defense Department to prepare for possible fast military action if Nigeria does not crack down on the killing of Christians. On November 5th, Trump said that the United States would stop all aid to Nigeria and possibly, quote, go into that now disgraced country guns a-blazing if the African country did not stop the killing of Christians.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen. If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about, and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay. This week, we're celebrating the one-year anniversary of the most important election victory in the history of our country. We won all 7 swing states by millions and millions of votes. We won the Electoral College 312 to 226. We won the popular vote for the first time of any Republican in decades. And we won 86% of the counties in America, 2,700 to 525. Think of that, 2,700 to 525. All 50 states shifted toward the Republican Party, the first time that's ever happened. Think of that. All of the states, every single state, shifted toward the Republican Party the first time ever. And just think of what our country would be like right now if the election had gone the other way. Another 20 million illegal aliens would have poured across our border over the past year. It would have been a disaster. Your energy prices would be through the roof. Inflation would be at 9, 10, 12, 15, 20%. Who knows? They had no idea what they were doing. Your taxes would be going up massively. Terrorists would be flooding our country, and millions of children would be getting indoctrinated with transgender insanity. 8 wars would still be raging. I ended 8 wars. Think of that. Ended 8 wars. And a band of thugs and lunatics would be running our country. Thankfully, we won, and we're making America great again, greater than ever before.
Washington's decision to designate Nigeria as a violator of religious freedoms has strained diplomatic ties between the two countries. Defending Nigeria's record, Information Minister Mohammed Idris told a press briefing that Trump's threats of military action were unwarranted and misrepresented Nigeria's complex security challenges.
The government of the President is fully and thoroughly appraised and fully aware of the significant level of anxiety and concern that has been created by the designation of our country as the country of particular concern for the cycle CPC by the United States government, as well as the threats of military action by the President of the United States, following a wrong assumption and misrepresentation of disability. The fair part of Nigeria have taken note of the position of the government of the Duchess of America on Nigeria over the alleged violations.
Recent external claims suggesting systemic religious persecution in Nigeria are unfounded. The recent designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern based on speculations of religious persecution is fundamentally misinformed. It misrepresents Nigeria's secular constitutional order and its records in protecting religious freedom, Nigeria's demographic balance, approximately equal Christian and Muslim populations, its interwoven communities, and its functioning multi-religious democracy.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition. When the Christians or any such group is slaughtered, like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide. What horrible numbers. Something has to be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and to report back to me. And I mean, like, immediately. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. It's not only Nigeria, it's all over. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population around the world. This is not going to happen. The killing of Christians is not going to happen. If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria. We're going to do things to Nigeria that Nigeria is not going to be happy about and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible, horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. These are cherished people. These are great people. Leave them alone. Warning. The Nigerian government better move fast before it's too late. If they don't, there's going to be hell to pay. This week, we're celebrating the one-year anniversary of the most important election victory in the history of our country. We won all 7 swing states by first time that's ever happened. Think your energy prices would be through the roof, and a band of thugs and lunatics would be running our country. Thankfully, we won, and we're making America great again, greater than ever before.
All right. So I played the video as a reminder of what President Trump promises. Now, for those who have been following the president, you sure gonna agree with me that President Trump is not the time to make promises and failed on his promises. On November 6th, President Trump stated categorically that if the Nigerian government did not act swiftly to get the insurgency and the terrorists operating in Nigeria under control, he is going to step in. So wherever you are, when you wake up this morning and you heard the news that the first airstrike has happened in Nigeria, do not be surprised. Yes, don't be surprised. Because President Trump is not the type that say, hey, I'm going to do this, and then he will back down. But that is not where we're going. Let me show you some reactions from social media to this, because as soon as the airstrike happened, Nigerians are kind of divided on this. Some Nigerians are hailing President Trump. In fact, they are calling him the Messiah. They are giving him his flowers for taking this bold step. Others are condemning this act based on the same old excuse that the American probably have some hidden agenda behind this strike. But let me allow you to hear from other people on social media as they were reacting to this situation. Now, don't laugh. It's not a laughing matter, but this sounds funny. If you're with me, please kindly hit the like. Do me a favor, hit the like. I know it's the middle of the night here, but I just have to do this and leave it up here for Nigerians and other Africans to get to see it in the morning. Now, let's dive into what these guys are reacting to. Please sit back and enjoy.
Trump announced that they've carried out an airstrike in Nigeria, targeting the Islamic terrorists. And with all information we have right now, it seems that that airstrike happened in Sokoto, Nigeria. Now, we do not have full details on how many terrorists died or if it affects citizens or not. What we know right now is that the airstrike happened in some The airstrike happened in some parts of the northern states of Nigeria, especially in Sokoto. So I'll bring you more details later. But for now, what we know is that there have been kaboom in Nigeria. It seems that Trump gave the Nigerian Christian a Christmas gift. I'll bring you more details later. Make a go record. So
all right. So in the comments to this video, a couple of people left some interesting comments, and somebody said, I woke up to the news too. Them don't see Nigeria government finish. All right. The other guy said Christmas airstrike. Yeah, I actually have some people. I heard some people saying this is like a Christmas gift from President Trump to Nigeria. And Stephen here is saying, I live in Sokoto, nothing they happen here. Well, this one was the same Sokoto that I mean. God please. So this one say me after remember saying Nnamdi Kanu day for Sokoto. And then the other guy say, God bless United States of America. Next one say, Tinubu hasn't said anything since. And then Laura said, I told them America is coming. What a good news. And the other guy here says, some of the Christians that used to mock our religion continue to mock our religions and tribes. We know Allah will never let us down. We are identify with Islam. Well, good luck with that, bro. Then this one say 30 people are injured in Sokoto and 5 died. No, that is actually in Maiduguri. Anyway, let's move on to the next video.
Breaking news coming out of Nigeria this hour. Donald Trump has ordered a deadly bomb, kaboom, in the northern part of Nigeria, in which he says he's targeting the terrorist group called ISIS. Yes, you heard that right. Donald Trump just dropped a Christmas present, according to him, in his own statement that you can see here, that it is a Christmas present for those terrorist groups that has been unaliving innocent Nigerians, innocent Christian Nigerians in the northern part. As you know, for the past week, Donald Trump has been accusing Nigerian government of slow-balling and slow-walking on dealing with the insurgent and the terrorist organizers in the northern Nigeria that have been unaliving Nigerians. But as for this hour, Donald Trump just ordered his military warhead to drop a bomb in who he claimed to be ISIS in the northern part of Nigeria, unaliving thousands and countless of people that we can't call off. A lot of people are saying there is no way that can be a precision strike because those terrorist groups are mingling with the northern civilians, okay? And for the fact that their location is in the forest, how are you going to know who you're striking? That is the issue that people are asking on the internet right now. But Donald Trump released a statement saying that he has ordered, listen to the statement. In his report, he said tonight, at the direction of the Commander-in-Chief of the United States, launch a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist camps in the northwest of Nigeria, who have been targeting ambitiously unaliving, primarily innocent Christians at a level not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be a hell to pay. And tonight, there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes as only the United States is capable of doing. We don't die. We don't die for Nigeria. Under the leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more of the slaughtering of Christians if they don't stop. President J. Trump, President of the United States of America. President Tinubu and his terrorist people sponsoring terrorism in the northern part of Nigeria as a political means has finally come to an end this hour, because Donald Trump has been warning this scum of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for several months. He has been telling him, fix those people, stop sponsoring them, stop giving them weapons, stop financing them, okay? But Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because those people gave him avenue to be in power, he continues sponsoring them, disregarding the warning of Donald Trump. As we know, Donald Trump is not a man of talking, he's a man of action. And his action has finally spoken tonight because he has struck the terrorist president and his cronies in the northern part of Nigeria. The casualties and the amount is yet to be estimated.
Now, I would like to say one or two things here. You're going to hear people with these kinds of rhetorics as the days move on. In the coming days, a lot of them will come out. They will call President Tinubu names. They will say all kind of rubbish without verifying or giving an F about the their statements made. But let me quickly make this clear before I move on with some other videos. Here is a statement from the Minister of Foreign Affairs regarding the airstrike. All right. So I don't know if you can see my screen, but I will try my best to read it. Diaspora diva, Papi Trump. This is not funny, my sister. We are in trouble. So just to counter what the dude is saying, and for people to have a context on what is actually going on in Nigeria, this is a press release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja, Nigeria. And it states, Nigeria, United States Security Cooperation and Intelligence Collaboration hit at terrorist targets in Nigeria. Maybe I should say that again, just for the purpose of clarity. The Nigerian United States Security Cooperation and Intelligence Collaboration hit at terrorist targets in Nigeria. So the purpose of making this declaration is just for the general public to know that the Americans do not just went into Nigeria and just strike on the terrorists in Sokoto. This is done in partnership and in collaboration with the Nigeria military counterpart. Now, the rest of the press release states, and I read, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria confirms that Nigeria authorities remain engaged in structured security cooperation with international partners, including the United States of America, in addressing the persistent threat of terrorism and violent extremism. This has led to precision hits on terrorist targets in Nigeria by airstrikes in the northwest. In line with established international practice and bilateral understandings, this cooperation includes the exchange of intelligence, strategic coordination, and other forms of support consistent with international law, mutual respect for sovereignty, and shared commitments to regional and global security. Nigeria reiterates that all counterterrorism efforts are guided by the primacy of protecting civilian lives, safeguarding national unity, and upholding the rights and dignity of all citizens, irrespective of faith or ethnicity. Terrorist violence in any form, whether directed at Christians, Muslims, or other communities, remains an affront to Nigerians' values and to international peace and security. The federal government continues to work closely with its partners through established diplomatic and security channels to weaken terrorist networks, disrupt their financing and logistics, and prevent cross-border threats while strengthening Nigeria's own security situation and intelligence capabilities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will continue to engage relevant partners and keep the public informed through appropriate official channels. Signed, Kemebi Imunotimi Ebefa, spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Abuja, and it's dated Friday, 26 December 2025, which is today. So this press release just showed up not quite long, and I just wanted to let our community know that the American government did not just go to Nigeria, just started blowing off everything. This attack, this airstrike, is done in collaboration between the United States Army and, of course, the Nigerian military. All right, let me take some more reaction here. Now, that video that I just showed you has been making rounds on social media, but when I check, I think that particular airstrike that was trending now was the strike that happens in 2023. So I don't believe that at all. But let's take a listen to this new report.
Breaking moments ago, President Trump announcing a powerful strike against the Islamic State in Nigeria. Let's go back to Madison Scarpino live in West Palm Beach with the breaking details. Madison?
Yeah, Mike, President Trump says that strike was deadly, and he says it's because they've been targeting and viciously killing primarily Christians. Now, he just made the announcement on Truth Social saying in part, quote, "I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay." And tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues.
That right there.
Breaking moments ago, President Trump announcing a
President Trump announcing that there has been a Christmas Day strike, an American strike in Nigeria, targeting ISIS elements there. We didn't get too many details other than this is in the northwestern part of Nigeria. According to President Trump, we're basically going off of his Truth Social post, which he just put out. But he announced that he's doing this as a result of Christians in Nigeria being targeted by ISIS elements. Now, we know that for months, there has been sectarian violence in Nigeria. We know that Christians have died at the hands of terrorist groups like ISIS, like Boko Haram. There have also been a lot of Muslims killed by both of those terrorist organizations as well in Nigeria. President Trump specifically naming Christians, saying that is the reason that the U.S. struck on Christmas Day, and that strikes will continue, the president says, if Christians continue to be targeted. Again, that coming just from President Trump's Truth Social. We're going to continue to try to learn more, but we just got that into our newsroom, obviously breaking right now, something that we need to keep our eye on if we've got American military assets being used now in two different parts of the world actively.
All right.
Guys, we got some breaking news. The U.S. have just sent airstrikes to Nigeria. Donald Trump has just sent airstrikes to Nigeria.
The Nigerian Foreign Ministry
To all my friends in Nigeria, I told you it wasn't if, I told you it was when Donald Trump is going to drop bombs on ISIS terrorists that are taking the lives of hundreds of thousands of Christians over there in your beautiful country. Let me be the first one to tell all of my Nigerian brothers and sisters over there, Merry, Merry Christmas. As breaking news just coming in that the United States of America, led by our very own incredible president, Donald J. Trump, has just launched airstrikes in northwest Nigeria, targeting ISIS militants accused of taking the lives of Christians. Donald Trump just announced that further attacks will continue if the violence continues on innocent Christian families. Our president said, let me be very clear about my message, that radical Islamic terrorists are not going to exist in this world any further.
All right.
America has attacked Nigeria.
Nigerians, I warned you. I told you that Mr. Trump does not say what he cannot do. I told you that whatever Mr. Trump said, he will do it.
Let me take this comment from Diaspora Diva. This is funny and it's crazy at the same time. Diaspora Diva say, as funny as it sounds, it's not funny. What next now? Exactly. So the political roundtable I'm going to do today it will focus on what next. What next? If this spiral out of control, do we have what it takes as a nation to stand on our feet and ensure peace and unity? If this degenerated into tribal attacks, do we have what it takes as a nation? Shout out to you, my beautiful sister Lola. Merry Christmas to you, Mama. Well, I hope you guys ate a lot of chicken yesterday. So, Diaspora Diva, you are right. This is exactly my worries. I've watched a couple of live shows from Nigerian YouTubers, and people are just talking about rubbish. I don't think they really understood what is about to happen. I don't know if they think they grasp what's about to happen. Well, if those terrorists in Nigeria, if they happen to be like homegrown terrorists, yes, we can counter this. But if it happens that we have some power that is actually pushing this agenda, this might spiral out of control. But I pray it won't get to that in Jesus' name. Let me just continue some of the reaction videos.
According to him, in his Twitter handle, he said that U.S. carried a military air strike in a strategic areas in Nigeria. He said that this is just the beginning. Well, I'm happy for that, because finally we'll find a solution. Because finally there is a solution. The crying of so many people in Nigeria have to stop. And look at it. Yesterday, Mr. English Alaji just announced there is a bomb blast in the Central Mosque in Market in Borno State. Central Mosque in Borno State. What a coincidence. And people are saying that strike was a Muslim against Muslim or Christian. You know that Christian cannot strike against a Muslim in a mosque. I don't think it's possible. So some people are saying that Muslim struck their fellow Muslim, drop a bomb in a Central Mosque. I'm not saying it's Mr. Trump, but you check it. Coincidence. He just said he carried a military airstrike within the Nigeria. And look at how coincident this thing is. Benjamin Netanyahu just announced that the killing of a Christian, the killing of Christians in Nigeria have to stop. What a coincidence. America and Israel, they share the same intelligence. They know what they want, which one want to do. So they know that that's why that message come, and you people are still joking. Well, I'm happy. I'm not happy that innocent people might be involved, but then I'm happy. America is very intelligent. They cannot buy innocent people. I can be sure of that. They know what they are doing. They know the strategic areas. That's why a few days ago, they conducted air surveillance. Maybe these military people are this Boko Haram or whatever, they are planning to strike the Christians on the Christmas day. You know they used to do that. They don't give them small gifts. Well, this thing has to stop. This thing has to stop. If you don't still believe, keep waiting. I told you that Donald Trump does not joke. He will carry a military airstrike in Nigeria. All of us, you know the way they behave. Nigerians, they always forget. They're always like, no, who is Donald Trump? He cannot do. Have you seen it? He doesn't tell people what he wants to do. He's he can't predict what Mr. Trump will do at any time. I'm happy that he has started removing all these rubbish people that are destroying Nigerian economy, that are destroying Nigerians. Please, Mr. Trump, please also target the politicians who are sponsoring these things. Also target them. That is my own.
All right. This dude is probably saying what I've been saying all along, and I think Chucky is re-echoing the same thing right now. Chucky said, let me see. So Chucky said, is Nigeria not funny to the world already? It's been a long time coming. I have always mentioned on this platform it will happen. It has happened to other countries. US made this move. Nto Nigeria. Unfortunately, my brother Chucky, we don't have a choice. It's still our country. Diaspora Diva say, I don't know how true, but I heard Israel Netanyahu also has a hand in this. Now, I wouldn't say Netanyahu has a hand in this, but what funny is, before this airstrike, Netanyahu, in his Christmas message today, actually mentioned Nigeria. He actually emphasized that the terrorists in Nigeria should desist from killing Christians. And a few hours later, American strike. So I just pray they contain this as fast as it could, so it doesn't spiral out of control. Anyway, I'm gonna draw the curtain. Let me see if I can play one or two more video. And when I come back in the morning, we will dive into this conversation bigly, like my uncle would say.
Merry Christmas to you. We have breaking news that we're following right now. President Trump announcing deadly strikes against ISIS in Nigeria, posting on Truth Social, quote, tonight at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight, there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing. Under my leadership, our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. May God bless our military, and Merry Christmas to all.
Chucky, take time. That's not my sister, Chucky.
Nigeria! Donald Trump don't deliver a police unit, though. He don't blow not well. All them bandits will let the other go. Donald Trump don't they promise and fail. He don't finally run out. Mama, you don't even tell anybody before you throw him. Just honest man is going honestly. No, Donald Trump, no. May God help us. May I don't go to mistakes and I'll compare with it.
All right. Diaspora Diva, Didi, you're right. I think I don't want to mention this on this channel all this while, but I think you actually read my mind and you kind of understand how this international politics and involvement works. Nigeria is predominantly northern Muslim and predominantly southern Christians. When these go way beyond what we can handle as a black nation, what will come out of this will be a division. But I just hope we can work around this and it won't degenerate to that. But if the terrorists continue to attack and if they decided to fight back against the United States armies, well, sure, we may already have a divided nation. And remember, I've been saying over a couple of shows now that if the Nigerian president don't take time, we may not even have 2027 election. Not to talk about him maintaining leadership. So we have some issue on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, thank you guys for at least joining me this early. I just wanted to put this up here as fast as I could so that people will, of course, know that this is going on in Nigeria. However, when I come back in the morning, we will dive into the conversation proper. My Chucky, Baba, I know you were missing when we were having my birthday celebration, but I said I'm gonna reach out to you, but I was so tired and busy. It's actually my weekend to work and I can't even stay away from work. So even right now, I have to promise my kid that we're gonna celebrate Christmas and everything at the weekend. So I understand, Baba, it's not easy, but thank you for the shout out. I appreciate. All right, Shoki say, do hope no innocent casualty. Oh, actually, a lot of people died, but I don't know if there are innocent people involved or not until we get an assessment report. If Nigerian government actually wanted to let us know, okay. Shoki say this will involve some serious intergathering to launch a strike. Of course, now, I think the American military have always knew where the terrorists are hiding all this while. Just wait till the morning, Chucky. There is a reason they left Maiduguri and strike at Sokoto. That's a conversation for another day. There is a reason Sokoto is the first place they strike at. Remember, in all of these, Sokoto have somehow been relatively peaceful to some extent. But we'll get into all of that in the morning. For now, I just want to thank you guys for at least hanging out with me as I quickly rush through this. In the morning, we're going to do a better analysis. And hopefully we will open the line so people can contribute. So Chucky Baba, hopefully you can join us. My Didi, thank you very much, my sister. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you guys later today. Bye-bye for now. Merry Christmas and, of course, Happy New Year in advance.
You are watching Political Roundtable with UB. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the